You are listening to the audio production of The Ache for Meaning, How the Temptations of Christ Reveal Who We Are and What We're Seeking, by Tommy Brown, published by NavPress in alliance with Tyndale House Publishers. This book is read by the author. To Kevin Frack. Everywhere is desert. Thomas Merton, Thoughts in Solitude. Chapter 1. The Three Questions We've Always Asked. I repeatedly rearranged my office at work. I tried new places for the desk. Back wall, over to the left, across to the right. And then there were the chairs. Should I position them in front of my desk? Or perhaps in the corner with a table between? One felt too formal. The other, not formal enough. Over and again, I rearranged my office. Not sure what I was looking for or what was missing. All I knew was that I hoped shuffling furniture would spark creativity, or at least a desire to show up to that space and do work I no longer found meaningful. The company had provided nice furniture for our offices, but it was fake nice, engineered wood with a polished surface that crumbles when cracked. That wood felt like a mirror. From outward appearances, all was well with me, but beneath the surface, fissures expanded. So often I felt out of place in this corporate world. The power dynamics were disorienting, and I could rarely figure out where I stood. Just when I felt secure, something would happen that shook my confidence. I knew something was wrong, but I had no idea where to begin to make it right. You can only rearrange furniture so many ways before you must face the possibility that the problem is not a lack of feng shui. My problem was that I was seeking answers to questions I could not name. Deep questions, embedded somewhere indiscernible in my soul, leaving me longing to resolve my uneasiness and unfulfillment. I'd hoped my current job would infuse my life with meaning and answer these questions for me. The job before that, I'd wanted my mentor boss to answer them for me. The job before that, I wanted my accomplishments to answer them for me. Every try, every grasp for meaning, every flailing search for solid ground, nothing was enough. Here I was, nearly 40 years old, and not only did I not have the answers, but I couldn't even ask the questions that haunted me inside that fake furniture office. The indefinable ache, the longing, the unspoken and unnamed need, it's part of the human condition. We know we're looking for something, but we don't know what it is. We might know how we got to where we are, but we don't know what to do next. There's a story in Genesis where the Lord promises an elderly, childless man named Abram that he will have countless offspring. A decade later, he remains childless, and his wife, Sarai, proposes that Abram sleep with her servant, Hagar, which he does. Hagar becomes pregnant, and animosity simmers between her and Sarai, who now has what she wants but doesn't want what she has. Under duress, Hagar flees into the wilderness, stopping to rest at a spring. An angel finds her and asks, "Where have you come from, and where are you going?" Hagar responds, "I'm fleeing from." She knows where she's come from, but she doesn't know where she's going. Before I worked in my fake furniture office, I was a pastor. I wasn't the real pastor, as some enjoyed reminding me. I was a person the real pastor hires to do the day-to-day operational stuff. Some thrive doing this type of ministerial work. It suffocated my sense of calling. The challenge was, I was good at it. I created so many systems and programs and oversaw so many employees that I was very useful, indispensable, some said, to the church. But being useful was using up my best energies. I grew to resent the church because much of what I was doing had nothing to do with the things that I felt called to do, things like preaching, teaching, and providing spiritual guidance. I'd grown so focused on being useful and helping others accomplish what they wanted that I'd become disconnected from what it was that I wanted. After all, I'd seen what happens when pastors aren't useful. They're asked to find the will of God somewhere else. The thought of income loss, of not making ends meet, seemed like a fate worse than death. This fearful grasping for safety, for having enough, wore me down. Eventually, the responsibilities on my job description as a pastor proved to be the gravest challenge to my calling to, in fact, be a pastor. Wearied, I told my boss that
Sample complete. Ready to continue?